Get comfortable with English in comfort. This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
Hello, English learners, and welcome back to English in Comfort, your cozy English podcast for learning English through easy conversation. I'm Tim.
And I'm Leah. We are so happy you are joining us today. So, everyone, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's learn some great English together.
Today, we have a very clear mission for you. We are going to help you master 50 essential English words and phrases. These are the exact words and phrases that native speakers use in daily life all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And when you know these, you will sound natural and you will feel confident.
Right?
We are going to speak slowly. We will use simple, easy to understand English. And for every single phrase, we will provide a clear meaning with simple conversation examples.
Yeah, this way. You can clearly hear how these phrases sound in the real world. Okay, let's start. Our first topic is greetings. Every conversation starts with a greeting, right?
You have to say hello.
Right? Let's look at the most natural ways to do that. The first two phrases are very common questions. What's up? And how's it going?
What's up?
That's right. What's up? And how's it going? Those two phrases are everywhere. What's up is a very casual, relaxed way to ask how someone is doing.
It really just asks, what is happening in your life right now? On the other hand, how's it going is just a very common, friendly greeting for almost any situation. Let's show you how they sound. Here's an example. Hey, what's up?
Not much, just drinking some coffee. How's it going with you?
It's going well, thank you. I mean, it really is that simple. You do not need hard words to start a conversation.
Exactly. Now we have the phrase, long time no see. It's when you see someone, but you have not seen them for maybe a whole year.
Hey, long time no see.
It immediately shows excitement. Now let's move to a new situation. After you say hello, someone might thank you for something, or they might say, sorry. The next phrase for this is, no worries.
Oh, this is a really common one.
It's a very modern and friendly way to say, you are welcome, or it is okay.
So why do people say no worries instead of you are welcome?
Well, because it keeps things relaxed. Here's an example. If you say to me, thank you for helping me carry this bag, and I reply, no worries, I am telling you that my help was not a big problem.
I see.
Or if you say, I am sorry I am late, I can also say, no worries. It just means there is no problem between us.
That makes perfect sense. Speaking of mistakes, another great phrase is the one you just used earlier, my bad. This is a casual way to admit you made a small mistake. It simply means my mistake.
The key word there is small mistake. You use my bad when the problem is easy to fix.
Right, think of it this way. Here's an example. My bad is the perfect phrase if you accidentally drop your friend's pen on the floor. You just look down and say, oops, my bad. But it is definitely not the right phrase if you accidentally crash their car. You need a much bigger apology for a car crash.
That is a very helpful rule. Please do not use my bad for something more serious. Now, imagine you are not making a mistake, but you just need to walk past someone in a crowded room. You use the next phrase, excuse me.
Yes, excuse me is how you politely ask for space or how you get a stranger's attention. For example, excuse me, can I pass? Or excuse me, where is the train station?
It is very polite and respectful. Now let us talk about ending the conversation. A very warm, kind phrase to say goodbye is take care.
Take care feels so friendly. You are telling the person to stay safe and be well. Another similar phrase to say goodbye is have a good one.
Have a good one simply means have a good day or have a good evening. It fits any time of day.
Yeah, I use that all the time.
For example, if you buy coffee at a shop, the worker will probably smile and say, "Have a good one," as you walk out the door.
And as I walk out, I might reply with our next phrase, I appreciate it. This is a wonderful way to say thank you.
It really is. It is a bit stronger than "thank you." It shows you really see the other person's hard work. For example, if someone holds a heavy door open for you, saying, "I appreciate it," sounds incredibly natural and polite.
And then we have the phrase, sounds good. This is the absolute easiest way to agree to a plan.
Let us try an example. Do you want to get lunch at noon today?
Sounds good.
So, now we have said hello, we made a plan, and we said goodbye. But what do we do next?
Well, we need to talk about the actions in our day. This brings us to everyday action words. These are often phrasal verbs. These are two-word phrases. For example, wake up, get up, write down. All these are phrasal verbs.
And we usually use these phrases a lot when talking about our daily routine. For example, let's start with the morning. In the morning. The very first action phrase is turn off. This means to stop something from making noise or working. For example, I turn off my alarm clock at 7 in the morning.
Right, but after you turn off your alarm and get out of bed, you cannot just leave the house in your pajamas, right?
I mean, you shouldn't. You have to use our next phrase, get ready. This means to prepare yourself for the day. You take a shower, you put on clothes, maybe you brush your teeth. Here is an example. I usually need an hour to get ready for work.
Once you are dressed, it is time to head out.
Head out.
It means to leave your house. It feels like you are pointing your head out the door to leave.
Yes, exactly. For example, I am going to head out now. I will see you later. Now, let us move to the middle of the day, the social part. And a very common phrase is grab a bite.
Oh, I love to grab a bite. Grab a bite means to get something to eat very quickly. You are not sitting down for a long, big dinner.
Yep.
You just want fast food or a quick sandwich. For example, do you want to grab a bite before our meeting?
And then after work, you might want to spend time with friends. The next phrase is hang out.
Hang out.
This means to spend relaxed, easy time together without a real plan.
Right. For example, on the weekend, I just want to hang out at the park. We are not playing a sport. We are just sitting and talking.
And while you hang out, you might want to catch up. This is our next phrase. It means to talk to someone you have not seen recently so you can hear all their new news.
Like, for example, hey, let's get some coffee and catch up on our lives. Tell me everything about your new job.
Exactly. Now, sometimes your day is not just about relaxing. You have jobs to do. For example, you might need to figure out a problem.
Figure out means to find an answer or to understand something confusing. Like, if my computer suddenly stops working, I need to figure out how to fix it.
We also have the phrases pick up and drop off. And these are opposites.
Right? So pick up means to collect something or someone. For example, I need to pick up some milk from the grocery store, or I will pick up my friend from the airport.
And the opposite is drop off. This means to leave someone or something at a specific place.
Right.
For example, I have to drop off a package at the post office. Or, I will drop you off at your house.
We also have the phrase show up.
Show up.
It simply means to arrive at an event or a place. For example, the party starts at 8 o'clock, but I will probably show up around 9 o'clock. Now we are moving into the evening. You might want to work out. This means to exercise, to sweat, and to move your body. For example, I like to work out at the gym to stay healthy.
Then we have the phrase, chill out. This means to relax completely, to stop worrying.
Yes. For example, after a very long, stressful day at work, I just want to sit on my sofa, watch television, and chill out.
We also have the phrase, look forward to. This is when you are happy and excited about something in the future.
Here is an example. I am really looking forward to my vacation next week. You feel good just thinking about it.
Now let us cover two more actions that can happen anytime. First is run out of. This means you have zero left of something.
This happens in my kitchen all the time. I open the refrigerator and say, oh no, we ran out of eggs. We have 0 eggs left. You can also run out of time.
And if you run out of something or if you lose something, you have to look for it. This means to search for it.
For example, I am looking for my keys. I cannot find them anywhere. Have you seen them?
So, now we have talked about your whole day with actions. But remember, a conversation is a two-way street. When you talk to someone, they talk back.
That brings us to our next group of phrases. We need phrases to react naturally when the other person is speaking. How do we show we are listening?
Well, a great way to show you are listening is the phrase makes sense. You say this when you fully understand what someone just explained to you.
Makes sense. It is a great way to show respect. For example, if you explain the rules of a new game to me, I don't just stare at you in silence.
That would be weird, right?
Exactly. I nod my head and say, ah, makes sense.
Another phrase just like that is good point. You say good point when you agree with someone's smart idea. It makes the other person feel happy.
But what if you need to share a difficult thought? This brings us to the phrase, to be honest. You use this before sharing your true, real opinion. But let me ask you for some advice here. How do we use to be honest gently, so it does not sound rude?
That is a wonderful question. The secret is not just the words, it is your voice. You use a soft, quiet voice.
Okay.
Here is an example. If a friend asks if you liked a movie they love and you actually hated it, you do not shout. You lower your voice and you say softly, to be honest, it wasn't my favorite.
So the soft voice prepares the listener for a truthful, maybe slightly negative answer. It makes it sound nicer.
Exactly. Now, let us look at the next phrase. By the way,
By the way,
use this to add new information to the conversation. Information that you just thought of.
like for example, I am going to the store right now. Oh, by the way, your brother called earlier.
And also a very common phrase, right now. This means at this exact current moment.
For example, oh, I cannot talk on the phone right now. I am busy cooking dinner.
Then we have the phrase, so far, so good. This means things are going well up to this point in time, even if the project is not finished yet.
Here is an example. How is your new English class going?
So far, so good. I am learning a lot. Okay, now, what if you want to stop a conversation? For that, we use the phrase, never mind.
Never mind.
You use this to gently tell someone to forget what you just said.
For example, if I ask you a question, but before you answer, I find the answer myself. I say, oh, never mind, I found it. It means cancel my question.
Now, what if someone asks you a question and you really do not know the answer? You can simply say, I have no idea.
I have no idea. This is a very natural, honest way to say you do not know.
For example, where is the train station?
I have no idea. I am sorry. I do not live in the city.
Sometimes someone gives you a choice, but you do not have a strong favorite. You say, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. For example, Do you want tea or coffee?
It doesn't matter. Either one is fine with me.
Another great phrase is, let me know. Use this to ask someone to tell you later when they have more information.
Like, for example, I am not sure what time I finish work today.
Okay, when you find out, let me know.
Now, let us do a quick conversation for the next two phrases. They often go together. The phrase, give me a hand, is a friendly way to ask for physical help. And the phrase, I'm on my way, means you are currently traveling to that place.
Give me a hand, and I'm on my way. Let's try it. Hey, this box is really heavy. Can you give me a hand?
I'm on my way. I will be right there.
See how fast and natural that is? And then we have the phrase, take your time.
Take your time. This is a wonderful phrase to make someone feel less rushed. It is very kind.
Yeah, it really is.
For example, if a friend is getting ready and says, sorry, I am so slow, I need 5 more minutes, you reply gently, take your time, there is no rush.
It instantly makes them feel better. Now, when a conversation is truly over, maybe for a long time, we say our next phrase, keep in touch.
You use keep in touch to ask someone to stay in contact with you. For example, it was great working with you this year. Please keep in touch.
And finally, when you want to react to an experience positively but not perfectly, you say, pretty good. It is better than just saying okay, but maybe not amazing.
Here's an example. How was the food at that new restaurant?
It was pretty good. I would eat there again. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We have covered greetings, daily actions, and reactions. But to sound truly natural, we need the final pieces, the words that connect ideas together.
Think of these connecting words like a bridge.
I love this idea.
Without them, a sentence is just okay. It gives you the basic facts, but with them, your English sounds natural and complete. Let's put some of these together so they are easy to remember.
Let's start with two opposites. The next phrases are on purpose and by accident. These are all about your choice.
On purpose means you chose to do something. You meant to do it. You planned it.
For example, I wore my red shoes today on purpose because they match my red shirt. It was my choice.
But by accident means you did it without meaning to. It was a complete mistake.
Like this example, I knocked the glass off the table by accident. I did not mean to spill the water.
Now let's look at right away and eventually.
Right away means immediately. For example, I saw the fire, so I called for help right away.
But eventually means something will happen, but only after a long time.
Here is an example. I am learning to code. It is very hard right now, but eventually I will be good at it.
Another phrase is as soon as possible. This is similar to right away, but it is often used as a polite way to ask for speed.
For example, please read this document and call me back as soon as possible.
And our next phrase, in the meantime. This phrase describes the empty time between two events.
Like, for example, the movie starts in 20 minutes. In the meantime, let's go buy some popcorn.
Now let us look at the word actually. This is incredibly common.
We use this a lot. Actually is used to state a truth or very often to gently correct someone's mistake without making them feel bad.
Let us do an example. You are from London, right?
Actually, I am from Manchester.
Do you hear how soft that is? If you just say, no, I am from Manchester, it can sound a bit rude. Actually makes the correction sound nice.
It really is a great connecting word. Then we have the word almost. This means very close to finishing or happening, but not quite there.
For example, I am almost done with my homework. Just one more page to go.
Next is definitely. This is a very strong, happy yes or for sure.
Here's an example. If you ask me, do you want to get ice cream after dinner? I will not just say yes. I will say, yeah, definitely.
And our last connecting phrase is at least. This is a great phrase. It means finding a positive point in a bad situation.
For example, it is raining today and we cannot go to the park, but at least we do not have to water the plants in the garden.
So, what does this all mean? It means we have reached the end of our list. You have achieved something great today. You now have more than 50 simple, powerful words and phrases to make your English sound natural in your daily life.
The next step is simply to listen. Your homework is to practice hearing these words. Listen for these specific phrases in movies, in internet videos, or in other conversations.
Yeah, that's so important.
Notice how often native speakers use them. Soon they will become an easy, natural part of your own speaking.
Because learning these is not just about passing a test.
Before we go, we want to leave you with a quick practice. What's one phrase you'll start using today?
Try writing something in the comments with one phrase you learned today. Thank you so much for joining us. For more English listening and speaking practice, daily conversations, phrases, and more, subscribe to English in Comfort. Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.